All right, we're live here. Fatboy FadeAway 251, December 21st. It's a Christmas miracle. We're almost here, gentlemen. Almost there to the big day, to big Christmas day. Yes, Broncos Chiefs on Netflix. No, just kidding. And that we got a lot going on this week. I want to get into. We're gonna get into some dubs here in a second. I got some college football thoughts on for these guys. A little quick NFL Week 16. We got some would you rather have stuff, and then some winners and losers as well. So a lot to get into. Got my flashback video as well this week. Casey, rocking that new hat. We getting the new one there. New Warriors hat. Is that what that is? We've had that one for a while.
Nah, maybe here.
Is that brown for how they're playing now, or is that gold for how they were playing back in the day? I can't tell.
It's a little brown.
A little brown now. Let's start there, guys. Episode 251. Like I said, wanted to just quickly say shout out to who was the guys out of rewatch last week. So congratulate us on that. You guys over at the other sports show, Jay and Jesse over there. Then C Wood putting that little retweet into. Always appreciate C Wood as well. So all right. Warriors need to blow it up. So Casey Tyler has brought this up, I would say, earlier than us. Obviously, we both kind of disagreed on what that meant. We probably could still disagree on what that looks like to every detail. So let's kind of keep it a little bit more simple. Warriors need to blow it up with Curry included. Yes or no?
No, not right now.
Okay, but now would you Draymond? Let's take it to the next level. Curry stays. Are we getting rid of Butler, Draymond, and those guys and building around Curry again and just taking a chance with the young guys and we're just going to have like a Kobe type ending? Or do you say they just need to retool a little bit more with this?
Just retool right now. There's no reason to go out like that with Steph Curry. He's still playing good. It's not really the core guys. It's the young guys. They're just not consistent enough. So, I mean, if you can get a package, like I said, to get someone else to play along with Butler and Curry, I would do it. I mean, if that means, like Tyler said, trade Draymond or, it comes down simple. They need someone that can be a knockdown three-point shooter, and they need a lob threat. And they don't have either. They're like last in points, in the post, in the paint. They don't have a consistent guy that can shoot. Pajensky's not consistent. He has a great game, then a terrible game. Kuminga, who the hell knows what's going on with that? It's just really frustrating, man. I mean, you can tell everyone's frustrated.
Draymond ejected again last night. Brian or Tyler, I want to get specifically into those three guys I think are the reason for the Warriors. I know you're going to point heavily at Draymond in this scenario, so we'll get into that. But so you've talked about blowing it up as well. You obviously want to include Curry in this blow up?
Ideally, no. I would not want to include Curry. I mean, Curry's the greatest Warrior of all time. He's the franchise. Like, I don't want to include Curry. But at the same time, I don't want to run out this product for the next 2 years. It's not doing anything for Curry and his career to just be on this roster as it stands right now. Like, what's retooling with these, these young guys who aren't producing? You're not getting anything back for guys who aren't producing. Like, so Podziemski, Kuminga, what are you getting back for those guys? You're going to have to
how do you blow it up?
You're going to have to include Butler or Green. I'd keep one of them. I'd prefer to keep Butler. I think Draymond Green's washed. I don't know how people are still defending him. What does he do well on a basketball court other than stand in the right position? He doesn't get steals. He doesn't get blocks. He doesn't score. He shoots 38%. He doesn't hit threes. I don't that's my issue. So you have to give up something to get something. If someone values Draymond, I'd be giving Draymond away for something.
Okay.
And you include Kuminga or Pods.
Okay, but before we really go in on Draymond, I'm kind of confused on what you mean because you have been saying blow it up. So I guess I've been thinking this means like to a crappy level, basically, because that's usually what blow it up means. So you're also meaning retool as well, then, pretty much. You're saying
if you want to blow, I would not
you've been saying blow it up.
No, I would not be upset if they blew it up. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is the worst decision ever. It's better than staying pat.
Would you rather have them do that or retool?
I would rather have them retool, but I don't think they have the guys to retool.
So what I heard, the three guys, this big men that they said they're trying to go after was Nick Clack,
I saw this too. Yeah.
Daniel Gafford, and help me out with the third.
Robert Williams. I mean, this is where Casey, I think it's funny when you say that because I was actually going to bring up the video, so I'm glad you did that. It saves 30 seconds of our lives. I'm thinking Robert Williams would make a huge deal on this roster. That's not a good thing.
It's not. But
He would make a big deal though. He would actually give us a lob thread and all that stuff for sure.
Man,
but
their offense is so bad. Like they are so stagnant. Like I've never seen a team turn the ball over at this high a clip, and they're dumb turnovers. I mean, it's not even within the offense. It's like they're running into each other. They're like at the same spots. The pick and roll. I mean, pretty much what they ran last night was just a Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry pick and roll, and ran it till the wheels fell off. Like there was no other play. It's just tough. Moody, he's not a knockdown 3-point shooter. He's not consistent. Pajensky, not a knockdown 3-point shooter. Quint Post, he's struggling right now, to say the least. They just don't have consistency from guys that that they need. Like I'm like watching this team. I'm like right away. I'm like Klay Thompson in his prime. This is why the Warriors were so good, because they had a guy that can consistently knock down 3-pointers
and defend the drive.
But Butler can defend. I think it's just he can't shoot threes. I mean, don't even get me started. He's the best 3-point shooter on the way. Yeah, because he shoots like 4 a game.
I'm with you on it. I kind of, let me ask you this: is it more realistic for them to get better by trading for more offense or trading for more defense? Like, because like Tyler said, they only have so many bullets right now to where they're going to get. And like, so I said, my dream scenario would be like a Sabonis, and obviously that you'd have to include a Green or Butler in that, but that'd be the type of player where I'm like, this is what that roster needs. It needs that center that can actually pass, have good hands, play to what Kerr wants to do, and they just don't have enough guys. We will. That would be my dream guy, a center with some actual offensive ability outside of a lob threat. That's what this team needs.
I would love to get like a Malik Monk. Like I think he would be perfect. Like
he definitely would help. But
I just think someone
that
like
perimeter defense still might be an issue.
I'd rather have offense right now than defense.
I got you. I'd rather have more offense because right now it's tough.
Pajensky's the matador. He just puts out. He just lets people go by. It's insane. And Moody is like he just doesn't score consistent.
He's way too inconsistent.
Yeah,
like he says, he's way too inconsistent.
I mean, Melton, whatever. Seth Curry, whatever.
It's a lot of what ifs. It's like you just like. Yeah, you're right. Butler doesn't necessarily fit the way Kerr wants to like technically play with Curry. I think he would need another piece or two to like fit that in. So let me kind of transition to this question for you guys. As I do that, I'm going to get a video of Draymond getting ejected last night, and then some video from Kerr as well at some point. But while I'm doing that, where do you think the blame lies? I wrote it like this: is it Draymond, Kerr, or management we should be more disappointed in based on this season? Not where are we? Like, obviously, Kerr's a great coach. I'm not saying that, but I would say this is definitely not his best season. He had some odd quotes this week as well. Where do you go, Tyler, with this? Is it Draymond for you? Does it start with the head coach finally? I saw you kind of agree with one of the quotes you thought were disappointing. And then management, I mean, yeah, you could say they're handcuffed, but getting Big Gay Al and some other guys is not going to be life-turning in these regards. You know what I mean? So
I would say they're all almost equally. I would blame Draymond not Draymond the most, because it's Kerr and management. Kerr's quote, what he said about Will Richards, is a fireable offense, in my opinion. You can't say I'm just honoring the old guys because they're old, even though I love this young player.
Yeah.
And if you talk about a knockdown 3-point shooter, he could be one. At least we don't know. Like, he could be the guy that is a knockdown 3-point shooter. Is he? I don't know. Probably not would be my guess, but he could be. The management waiting till the end of the offseason to sign Al Horford and putting all your chips in this guy who has absolutely contributed negative to this season is management malpractice. Like, that's fireable offense. Draymond this whole year has done fireable things. He's been god awful last week. We're down 10. He gets
This
ejected.
was stupid.
We come back and win the game. We play better when he's not on the court. Like it's they're all pretty equal to me. I'd go management, Kerr, Draymond in that order this season. Because
sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
When you're saying Draymond, I looked up his stats a lot this week, and like I would say for me, his stats are
garbage,
very similar to what they've been his whole career. Yeah, you're right. He is not as elite in these other areas. The one thing that's really gone down the most is his field goal percentage, which is important. He's still averaging the same amount of points, but he's taking more shots. His rebounds and assists and steals are kind of on point with where he's been recently. Last year, he was third in Defensive Player of the Year. So obviously, like he said, maybe there's some reputation to go that. But this is the stuff that we're starting to see again, that where I'm like, he's just getting more tees again. And like when he starts to get into like, psycho Draymond to where he's not even being a basketball player is where I've always disconnected with him. But when he does play with that edge and that he's smart, like, he's what you want on a basketball court. I do think Draymond is number 2 on this list. Management is 3 for me. When we're really breaking it down, but I really do think this is Kerr's worst season as a head coach to start out.
I agree with that.
And I get that he always likes to feel out his roster at the beginning and give guys more minutes than they deserve at the beginning. But I just don't think it's the first time I really feel like there's a disconnect with some of his players a little too. Maybe this is with the Kuminga thing, and I think a lot of players could agree that Kuminga wasn't ready. But the combination of like being there for 10 years, people being there, I just don't think he's been on his game as much with rotations, and they obviously cannot figure out a defensive scheme if their life depended on it. And again, I know that a lot of that falls on the players, but it just seems like he's been a little off this year. So that would be my ranking with that. What do you think, Case?
I would go management number 1.
Good job, Mike. You suck. Good job.
I mean, and that is the issue with blowing it up is you still have to depend on Mike to make picks. And you made a good point for that. But Casey, sorry for interrupting.
Now I'm glad you chimed in because it's like this is the roster that you assembled. Like there's glaring needs that were going into it before the season. I mean, I thought we're like championship ready, but then like I'm being honest and I'm watching the team. We have no rim protector. We have no knockdown 3-point shooter. We don't have like a cohesiveness as a team. Like it looks like everyone's playing individual basketball. Everyone's looking to score their own points. Like, it's just not like it's not team basketball. And I think Steve Kerr's number 2 and then Draymond's 3. That's my order. I just think because Steve Kerr, like it's like you said, he loves to figure out rotations and play it throughout the year. I just don't think there's this much time to figure it out where you can just kind of like.
They need every win.
Yeah, exactly. They can't mess around and do this, DMPs. Like I honestly, I know we're big fans, but I'm like, where's Gary Payton? Like, where's Will Wisher? Like, where did these guys just like fall off the map? And I'm like, you look at like the plus minus, which I mean, it can be skewed, but like most of the Warriors that are there, it makes sense. It's like, okay, Quentin Post for sure. But I mean, he's like the only big that can shoot a 3. Let's be real. So, I mean, he spaces the floor. He's tries on defense. He's very bad at defense, but he tries.
One of Bob's favorites, Mr. Post, this year.
He gets dunked on probably like 4 or 5 times a game.
If you put him and TJD together, they're an all-star.
Yeah, the TJD is. I'm kind of over him too a little bit with all this stuff. I don't understand all that. No, I hear you, Case. I
just think Steve Kerr, though, some of the stuff, like I didn't even hear that quote. That shit's ridiculous. But
crazy.
It's just like it'd be like telling Tyler, "Hey, man, you had a great game the last 5 games, but we're gonna try Casey because, well, he's older than you and he deserves it." It's like, what do you mean he sucks though? Yeah, but he's.
He was good 5 years ago. He gave me a championship 5 years ago. We're sticking with him.
Here's Kerr on our fake sponsor 95.7. The game. There we go.
Well, you just can't play more than 10 or 11, and we're getting healthy, not completely healthy, but we're almost there, and so it's been tough not playing him because I'm a huge fan and a believer, and he offers us stability and decision making, good shooting. So he's just got to stay with it. Right now, it's he's frankly, he's sitting because he's a rookie, and I'm honoring what the older guys have done over the years.
That's a tough one there, Steve. When you say it like that, I mean, I get what he's saying, but you're basically, or you're just saying like, "Hey, Richard, I'm lying. You're actually not playing this well, but I'm telling you." I don't know what it is, real quick.
The fact that he said he gives us stability, playmaking, and shooting, but he's a rookie. We're not playing yet. That's asinine.
Do you think he's having a hard time adapting to the roster like Curry too? Like they always like to play this free flowing way. Is there a world where they should just right from the beginning really slow down possessions, even though it will make Curry have to do more in a half court setting? Like that, I guess that's where I'm at with some of this stuff is like, and I know it's the NBA, so it's not like me coaching my 8th grade team and you just adjust, but like I think he might just have to adjust team to team a little bit more. Like he's gonna have to see where his flexibility lies. Like Draymond's best chance of succeeding is in a half court grind game right now, like where they're slowing it down. Like who are going to be your guys that can play like that? Butler can play like that. Maybe more half court post ups. I don't know. Like something, just the philosophy needs to change. And I think he's having a hard time with that with Curry because let's be real, Curry's still doing a hell of a job, but they're not winning. So I just kind of wonder are those two going to have to make a little adjustment with that? And it's obviously going to fall on Curry ultimately. He's the guy out there, but there might have to be a philosophy change. And I just don't know if the Warriors, I don't know. That's where I worry with Kerr if he would make something like that. But anyways,
I'd agree. There has to be some sort of change. It's a lot of young, inexperienced players who are playing that can't run the offense that Curry had when he had David West and he had Bogut and he had these smart big guys who could pass and make the right play. And now it's just like, oh God, here it goes the post, or here it goes the Podzemski making some crazy pass that had no chance of working from the
swing around pass.
Yeah. Like,
well, and part of it too, Tyler, is like if you look at when they were most successful, they had guys that were like 6'8", 6'7", 6'9", like Iguodala, Livingston. These guys, Moody and Podzemski, are like 6'3", 6'4". I mean, it makes a world of a difference too, right? I mean, you're playing shooting guards, not small forward, power forwards.
I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot here. They win last night, and I would say an ugly win. I mean, I know it just wasn't pretty.
It was bad basketball. Let's be honest.
I mean, Curry's still Curry, right? He's still doing his thing, like he's getting his points, but it just comes down to the wire here. Here's one of the finishes, like we saw last night to help him get it over the top against the Phoenix Suns here.
Down to 7. Curry from the hash mark. 3! It's something else. He's got 24.
Okay, and I wanted to bring up that score, 112-105. This has been a familiar thing with them that they always did better. They do not close the last 2 minutes well at all. Like, even the Suns got back into that thing. Like, they do not close 2 minutes well. The Blazers, you can't lose 3 times to the Blazers. It's funny how they have 10 wins and 4 of their wins, 3 against the Warriors, 1 against OKC. like the Blazers. Like every time I look at the Blazers, I'm like, this team is better than the Warriors. And then they can't. I don't know what it is there with it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he's got killer. And then Lakeup's email leak, another crack, right? Another kind of crack in the system here, with it.
Jerry Jones 2.0.
He's getting
early success gets to his head, and he thinks he's better than he is and more important. Just pay the checks, get out of the way.
Fire Mike Dudley, for God's sake. So he's doing that. Don't get out of the way. Fire him first, and then get out of the way.
Fair enough.
There we go. So, anyways, Lakem kind of chiming in. That was another big thing with the Warriors this week. So they got a lot of things going on right now that it's leaving a few of us a little confused in terms of what their direction is long term.
I got one comment. So after Curry retires, when do you think the Warriors will ever be on Christmas?
Never again. Never again. They'll be on Christmas. That will be the last one versus Dallas. Where they go Orlando, then they do play Dallas, and then they got at Toronto, at Brooklyn, at Charlotte. So I would say, man, what an opportunity to win 4. I mean, I'm not saying they should, but you look at that, you're like, if you want to be a good team, like those are 4 wins you could win. Knowing the Warriors, they'll probably win 2. and they'll probably drop a game in Toronto or drop a game against Orlando, who they lost to. Orlando's not a good matchup for them, so there's just too many guys that like who's already Banchero. I don't see that happening very well. So.
Hypothetically, real quick, would you just this is just completely? Would you rather watch Steph Curry go win a championship per se, like an Atlanta Hawks, a team that doesn't bug it? Like I don't want to see him win one with the Lakers or like any team that has beat us in the past. But like, would you rather watch him go win the championship for the Hawks, or just stay where he's at, averaging 25 to 30, and win 40 games and be eliminated in the play-ins?
Suffer with us. That's right.
Fair
enough. Suffer with that, Steph. I don't want to see you. I mean, you got to have the success for that. That's all right. We don't want anything else other than that. All right. So just a couple NBA notes here. We've kind of gone long on NBA. Just wanted to add Victor getting a little soft. I'll be with some quotes this week. Obviously, 100 games in a row with a block. Pretty impressive, but when you do have arms that can go to the backboard, it's not like over the backboard, I should say. I'd say getting one a game's not the worst, the lowest thing for you. OKC losing to the Warriors record. Are they going to stay safe? I think so this year. They drop a couple this week. Jokic continues to be amazing. The Knicks win the Big Cup. They win the cup I saw this week with it. And then I got to give it, the Amazon coverage is pretty good this year. I'm a big fan of the guys on there a little bit.
Blake Griffin.
Blake's actually pretty good.
So
I got to give him, but he's not throwing water on fans. That's what he's doing a little. It's still one of my favorite videos. That's where you could tell he had a personality. He was like, he was kind of a villain for us in that regard, but he always had that to him. All right, so that's kind of NBA here a little bit. We kind of finally probably better with Brian not here in that regard. We got to deep dive into the NBA a little bit more. All right, I wanted to go before we go NFL. I wanted to go college football playoffs with you guys, and I felt like Simmons or Rosillo this week. I kind of broke it down a little bit, like while I was writing this out, like where I kind of see some of the issues lie, and just kind of what your guys' thoughts on it. So we had the playoffs this week. We had Alabama beat Oklahoma, Miami beat A&M. Then we had the blowouts there with Oregon and Ole Miss, right, Case? I mean, not good at all. Tulane and so a lot of talk about that. But the one thing I just want to talk about college football in general is this. This is what I see. So there is no true way to determine a regular season champion. There never has been. So you immediately have an issue with at any point when you're having a champion. This is all time. This is like when they just voted you in as a champion. Like there has never been a true way, and they still don't have a true way. They think they have a truer way, but it really isn't. Number two, your conferences have gotten too big, and now with regional lines more spread out than ever, we have lost tradition and rivals. So you're kind of killing the sport slowly through that as well. And you might say, well, it does affect some of it on the field as well, because you have teams traveling way farther than they should be traveling during a week. And then you have these lost rivalries that have, basically kind of killed some of the momentum. You might have better games like your Arizona-Kansas basketball game, can't wait, but you're not having these like true rivals that are built up throughout a tradition and like that. Number three, the NIL is not sustainable to the point where it will be a true minor league program. So meaning you'll have eventually in 10 years, if this continues, you will have the same 15 teams like the Yankees and Dodgers. They will be the dominant franchise. You will not have that parity in college football. The coaches. Have
we ever had that though?
Well, I would say that we have when we didn't have the NIL a little bit more. We had a better chance of Clemson got in there over time, and we had like some kind of cycle out. Let me give you my last two here, too. And I have coaches leaving programs. That goes back. Same as player. You leave programs, you're consistently chopping these guys down. So I want to put the coaches in there as well. And then the bowl game nonsense. And what I mean by that is I felt before they even went to the expansion of the playoffs, the bowl games were getting more ridiculous with the names, with some of this other stuff. So I thought all of it just felt like cheaper, and like they added 30 bowls they didn't need to add and stuff like that. And ultimately, we just need to go back to a top 4, maybe a top 8. But that's ultimately there's not 20 good teams that deserve to be in a playoff. So those are overall thoughts of looking at the playoffs real quick. Can you guys talk about that just for a minute? I need to help Xavier with Seth. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So my fix for this whole thing, you gotta simmer down these conferences. The SEC shouldn't have 24 teams or however many teams it has. The Big Ten, and they're going to eat it up as it goes. And it's just going to become those two. You got to go back to the four conferences. This is my fix. You go back to four conferences, Pac-10, or maybe you Pac-12, whatever. Maybe you get rid of that one because there's only two teams left. Big 12, ACC, SEC, Big 10. You have to win the conference. You have four teams, make the playoffs, and there you go. I think it's simple. I don't think it's that difficult. Obviously, the NIL stuff throws that. I don't know what you do with that. That's just whoever's willing to spend the most money is going to get the best players. It's like any other. It's turning into professional sports in a way.
Yeah.
What do you think of that idea as getting smaller conferences, like 15-team conferences, and then you just have the full teams that win those conferences play? You don't need to have all this objective, like, oh, they looked better this Saturday. They won by 30. I think that's where college football goes wrong. They have this, like, beauty contest that, like, oh, they beat this team by 30. Just win your conference. And it would make the Big Ten and SEC wanting to keep growing this, like, taking over the world what type way and having 25 teams in their conferences. Yeah. I think you just get four conferences. You don't need to add these Power 5 schools. They suck. They don't spend enough money to compete with these teams. It's just the way it is. Bring back the Big 12, get it to 15 teams. Bring back the ACC, get it to 15 teams. Slim down the SEC and Big 10. The winners of those conferences is a 4-team playoff. That's how you get in the playoff. Only way.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I mean, it's kind of the reason why college went to what it is right now is because they wanted more parity, right? But the kind of ass backwards when you're doing the NIL. And I think what eventually is going to have to happen, because it's pretty much ran like a professional sport right now, just with like no laws, no regulations, is you're going to have a cap on how much money you can spend on NIL is what it's going to come down to. Kind of like how we used to do in Madden. You get certain money for defensive tackles, offensive linemen, quarterback, and this is your cap on each position, so to speak. I think that's one way to do it. The other thing, though, talking
franchise
about
tag,
I mean,
college franchise.
This is college football. These teams are cheating. They find a way to be like, no, we'll pay you in cars and houses like they did with Reggie Bush.
Dude, it's nuts though, because if you think about it, I mean, Arch Manning was making over $6 million this year. Like, what's the incentive to go play in the NFL? It's like you're gonna be. I mean, if you're the
$60 million and $6 million is a big difference.
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't like the teams that are coming out, the Raiders, the Titans, so I'll just go back. Like, why ruin my career? Like, might as well just have some more fun in college. I can play around better players, which, may not be the case, but, you're not going to get beat up for the whole year. The conference thing, Tyler, I mean, it's hard if you're going to do that because you're going to exclude a lot of teams, right? I mean, that's the reason why all these teams split up in all these colleges, because they wanted their own money. They wanted to venture out to the ACC. They wanted to go to the Big Ten. So, I mean, they left the rich get richer and the small get poor, right? I mean, the poor get poor. That's pretty much how it's run right now. And so the only team that that you look at, like Notre Dame, is independent. But
that was part of it I didn't mention. They have to join a conference if they want to be in the playoff.
Yeah.
You can't be an independent.
So
don't you think the top four thing case has gotten out of control? I mean, like, it should just be your top four teams. Like, it was fine. That's the thing. When I remember the top four first happened, I was like, the 1-4 game was usually terrible.
I think eight.
You know what I mean, though. But I'm not like, it's like in college football, it's usually a pretty clear cut top 2 or 3. Like, I think not 8, like this 18.
I think 8 is perfect.
Maybe so, but then like Tyler said, like the conference, it all has to go eye test again. Then, right? It's all eye test. Like you know what I mean? Like, what do you do? 3 conferences, and then it's like Tyler says, it's all going to be SEC teams, right? Because they play better teams ultimately, or people think that's what they're playing is better teams. So I don't know, and obviously some of these teams aren't all that good.
Well, I mean, you look at Tulane and James Madison. It's embarrassing to watch. It's like almost like a token,
Did they do that because of the Boise States of the world back then? Is that what the thought was? Like, because remember Boise State kind of was like that team. I always felt like they got screwed out of stuff.
No,
they beat Oklahoma in that Fiesta Bowl.
Oh,
It was that in the UCF that went 13-0. Remember Central Florida?
But they had their own parade downtown. They crowd them. They had their own.
That
We
was
are
such a
the
great-
champs. We are. I want Cal. What if Cal beats Hawaii? We are the national champs. We have done it. We
How many teams do you think legitimately are trying to win a national title? Obviously, the players are, but like the infrastructure of these colleges is to win. And so split that up into 4 conferences by where they're located, and just say win the conference or in the playoff.
That's how it should be already.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's my fit. And Notre Dame has to join a conference.
Okay, so you agree with number 2 on me that the conferences have got it out of control.
Oh, they're terrible. You have California played on the Atlantic Coast Conference. They're literally on the Pacific. They're playing on the Atlantic.
I mean, that's where like Oregon and USC, it should come back. Like, and maybe add your Gonzagas to the world for a basketball thing or whatever that would be. Or I think eventually what that's going to happen is now that the Pac-12 is coming back, I think eventually the Cal and Stanford will come back to the West Coast. I'm not sure about Oregon and USC, but I think they'll eventually come back, and then there will be like some sort of West Coast Conference Pac-12 thing there with it. So, anyway, so next week we get the matchups there. Any matchup you're looking forward to next week, Case?
Indiana. Yeah, Indiana. I want to see it. Remind me real quick, Darren.
Alabama,
Indiana, and then Oregon and why am I blanking?
Texas Tech. Texas Tech.
Those are the 2 that I really want to see.
And then what's the other one? It's Georgia versus
Ohio State, Miami,
and Georgia versus Ole Miss, right?
Hey,
Georgia.
What do you guys think of the Miami game? Man, field goal kicking blows.
I was listening to someone on the radio because I had a game, and it didn't sound pretty out there. So
it got me thinking. I go, man, now I remember, and like where it like switches in your head, right? Where I was watching the game with Dad, and I was watching. I was telling Dad, I was like, now I know. I remember why the Raiders picked Sebastian Janikowski with in the first round, because they'd always miss field goals the win games. And I'm like, but the first round on the kicker, I was like, well, if you watch this game, you'd be like, yeah, I don't blame him. 5 missed field goals, that's a lot.
Hey, you gotta try. One of them was a 22-yarder that was blocked. I think Texas A&M missed one too.
I looked and I'm like, that's a different kicker for Texas A&M. I was like, the other guy, they brought in the backup.
The A&M quarterback was tough. Tough. I mean, like he had like the skill to get out, but man, the decision making was a little rough out there. All right, NFL here. Your Niners have a chance at the number 1 seed now with the Seahawks. Crazy Thursday night game.
Unreal.
Oh, unbelievable.
Unbelievable game.
I mean, you got to play the Rams on Thursday night is what I gathered from this. They're 0-2 on Thursday night.
I like how the Rams fire the special teams coach the next day.
You got to blame somebody.
Got to get somebody. So now the Rams, who were, controlling their own destiny, do not. The Seahawks and the Niners ultimately do in that division. They obviously all need to win out, and they're the number 1 seed. But Tyler, Niners, because of that win, they actually have you get the Colts here Monday. You got the Bears Sunday on a short week, which will obviously be tough, and then you finish up there with the Seahawks that could ultimately determine a number 1 seed, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I mean, it's an exciting time to be a Niners fan as far as the regular season. I mean, I wouldn't have put us in this position if you listened to me every week. I was not buying this team as a number 1 seed. I thought
we
they'd
have
be a
Brian on
wild
here
card
for some
team.
positivity.
Yeah, you're gonna Brian. We're missing you in this aspect, but they have a chance. They play Philip Rivers, a 45-year-old Philip Rivers on the road. Then they have 2 home games against a team they've already beaten, the Seahawks, who has gotten better, but they can beat the Seahawks. I believe that at home. The Bears game is going to be the tough one. Even though it's at home, it's going to be a Sunday night raucous crowd at Levi Stadium. It's not going to be hotter than crap in the summer, like September.
Yeah.
It's going to be, they could go 3-0. I'm shocked they're in this position. I never saw this coming.
Well, you're going to have 2 Sunday night games in a row. There's no way that Seahawks-Niners game doesn't get flexed. Unless Fox or CBS has some sort of rights on that one, there's no way that one's not getting flexed, or it should be to that one.
Three marquee games in a row. Monday night, Sunday night. Did you say it's Sunday night on? Week
What Brian
17?
said, 26-9 tomorrow. You feel like easy dub on the road? I mean, so
Oh,
you guys
not at
got
all. I don't think
Taylor.
it's
You guys can't stop the run. And like
No.
Pollard went off, and then you got and they got Taylor, one of the best running backs in the league. So I mean, things happen, right? So and Purdy sometimes, he looked great against Tennessee, but
I looked unreal, but that's Tennessee. I mean, I love Purdy. I've said this from the beginning. He did have to prove it, and he's proved it the last 3 weeks. Obviously against subpar competition, but you play who's in front of you. It's going to be a fun 3 weeks. I don't think they'll get the 1 seed if I was going to bet. I know, Brian, I'm a hater. I'm not faithful. But I'm also not a homer who's going to just say everything.
Where's that cup?
Where's the cup? It's not full. No, it's empty, right?
Empty.
Empty right there. I still have 2 concerns big time with the Niners. Ricky Pearsall's glass feet or legs or whatever. This has nothing to do with how his career started. He just seems to not be able to stay healthy consistently, which will end up killing him now that Ayuk's been thrown to the curb. Or he threw himself to the curb, I guess I should say. And then
he was going 90 by the curb at Levi's Stadium the other day.
And then the other thing, realistically, is the Niners can't stop the run. I mean, so consistently they do have issues there.
The biggest issue is they can't rush the dang passer. They have 16 sacks.
Well, whatever it is, they can't do that and stop the run. So I have issues. So that does not usually prove out well in a postseason. So we'll see where that goes with that. Case, your quick thoughts on the Niners here?
Interesting too, man. It's been a weird year because they just continue to keep winning. It doesn't like the games will be ugly or whatever it is. The situation is Shanahan just is a great coach. He's going to keep the Niners in the game. This is probably his best coaching job he's probably done as the 49er coach, especially with the pieces around him. Robert Saleh, I think he's done a phenomenal job as a defensive coordinator. I think they just had the right scheme for whatever it is. They just put the players in the right position to succeed, and you can tell. I mean, McCaffrey's a beast. They're kind of getting Kittle, like I said, Kittle's like one of the most important players they have on the team. Just like as a morale guy, and obviously he's a beast on the, in the run game is where they missed him the most. I mean, whatever the guy that starts with number, was it Disley or something like that? Conkus, yeah. I don't know. It's just the Niners are a good team, though. It's weird, though. It's like you keep seeing them play, and you're like, they're going to lose. And then you look at the score, they end up winning. It would be, I don't even know the probability on that. But if they got the number 1 seed, man, that would be huge to get a bye. I mean, and then have
home games.
Yeah. I mean, it's possible.
Oh, yeah. No, there's no doubt. There's a good chance. I mean, I would probably give it's 50-50 probably right now.
Yeah. So.
And right there, they literally control their own destiny. They just have to win every game, and they play the Seahawks at the end. They don't even – and same with the Seahawks. They have a 50% chance.
So if the Niners win out, they get
They're the 1 seed.
They're the 1 seed.
They're the 1 seed.
The Rams are still the favorite to be the 1 seed in the NFC West, even though they don't control their own destiny. But if you go to Vegas and bet, they're still the favorite.
Everybody loves good old Matthew.
That loss by the Rams, if they, end up where they are, they have to play all the games on the road.
Seahawks won, and then the Niners punching out a 1 at the inch line to get it. Those are your 2 heartbreaking losses. You look back at the season, and then losing to your Panthers. They lost to you. They lost to your Panthers.
So, what do you guys think about that 2-point conversion?
Oh, that's insane. I don't know how that works.
The one where, I mean, it's kind of one of those plays where it's not the same as the tuck rule. I'm not going to go there with it, but it just feels like when even that play, my thought was it just seemed like common football sense, and that one to me seems like a common. I don't know, but I guess not. I don't know.
Common, it never happens. I think it's.
Isn't it like a forward fumble? Isn't that
I'm with you. If the play doesn't count during a normal play, why does it count during why could you advance a fumble on a 2-point conversion, but you can't during a normal play in under 2 minutes? That's my biggest.
What a great job by the refs not to blow the whistle, Tyler. Tremendous job right there.
What a heads up play by Charbonnet to pick it up. Yeah.
I don't even know. I thought he just was it's a loaf of bread right there.
Picking it up because the ball was there.
It looked like he was helping the refs out.
Yeah,
exactly. I'll get the ball for you.
Yeah, exactly.
What a play! What if you were the announcer? You're like, oh my gosh, what a play! That's You know, like trying to make it all dramatic after the next thing. That was a weird game. I thought even going for 2 at the end. I knew they were going to do it, but that was a ballsy play at the end there to go for 2.
Well, they had to, because if they tie, it doesn't help them.
No,
the Rams were going to go 40 yards and kick a field goal.
But even if they tie, the Rams could have just ran out the clock, and a tie would have gave the Rams
But they would have kicked the field goal to win, T.
Well, they would if they got in field goal range, for sure.
Well, I mean, come on. Stafford would have done that. He had 450 freaking yards. Like,
That's true.
all you have to do is throw the puka.
My other NFL thing this week was I thought, kind of looking at the playoffs a little bit here in the AFC, the Bills and Allen should feel very confident that they could make a Super Bowl run this year. Like, he doesn't have Lamar there this year. He doesn't have Burrow this year. He doesn't have Mahomes and the Chiefs this year. Yeah, they don't have they're not going to be the 1 or 2 seed. More than likely, the Patriots will hold on. But even without that, they just seem like this could be it's kind of set up for them to have a good run. Like, none of these teams, I don't know, Tyler, they're not the legacy teams that they've been going against, like with the Chiefs and stuff. Like, this is the Broncos, this is the Patriots, like the Jaguars and Steelers. Like, Allen is better than all these guys, right? So that should give you beyond confidence if you're looking at the AFC going into it right now. So just don't play the Texans apparently. But other than that, but you get my point. Like, I don't know. I just felt more confident this week about the Bills. Like, man, that's my Super Bowl pick. I'm feeling even better about now because the way the AFC is kind of stacking up a little bit.
I don't buy the Bills outside of Josh Allen. Obviously, Josh Allen's the best player in football.
And Cook's a beast.
And Cook is a beast. But the receivers, like you said, they might be worse than the Niners receivers if Pearson's healthy. With Pearson out, they're not. But anyway, the Bills' defense stinks. Josh Allen's just the best player in football. So you have to have that confidence.
Beyond.
We can beat anybody in the AFC. I think the Texans are the best team in the AFC. All around.
The 6 and 7 seeds we're talking about is the best teams. I don't know. Stroud to me still kind of good.
It's the defense, though. Defense wins.
It is pretty amazing.
I've never smiled more when the Patriots are up 24-3 and then they lose. I was just like, get my Vrabel's little smirk off his face. And he's like, I could see when they're up 21-0. He was smiling and getting that. He's like, we're dominating the AFC East and it's going to be all ours for the next 10 years. Josh Allen's like, wait a minute. Didn't you forget that I am the best player? I am on the Madden cover last year. I dominate football. I do whatever the hell I want. I was just like,
I'm Paul Dan Bunyan.
He's huge. Just runs over people. Like, cornerbacks go to sack him from behind, and he's just like, it's like the little kid hitting the big kid. He's just like, what is that? And he just rolls off of him, and then runs 20 yards and steamrolls corners. It's just, the guy's unreal.
Who do you have more confident? Go ahead.
It was just funny how the Oklahoma-Alabama game, the first quarter, we're like, what is Alabama in this playoff? And then it felt like the same. When I was reading the tweets, I was like, you're going to regret this. This game's going to get close. Oklahoma is not that good. And then the Patriots, Bills game, it was like, the Patriots have won this game. They're going to, like you said. And I was like, this game's going to get interesting. And there you have it. They both below it.
Too much time. He's a quarterback that I think can do that stuff right now. Lamar used to. He just doesn't look the same. I don't know.
No, he's not 100% healthy.
I'm guessing he's hurt. It's crazy how the NFL has turned into the NBA where 3 possession game in the first half, which is a 20-point lead in the NBA. It's like, nope, this game's still in doubt.
It's really turned into that.
Interested.
It was bad back in the day, right? You just could look at
the Seahawks Colts game. I mean, the Colts with 40 seconds, you're like, oh, they got to win. And then they go 3 plays, kick a field goal, and then the Colts have it.
The Bears last night.
Yeah, that was an unreal game.
The Bears. I thought I turned that game off. We started watching the McMahon documentary.
Thank God for that football game because all the other football was terrible.
It was not the best football. I mean, if you like good wide receiver screens, good stuff.
Tyler, I don't know if you guys saw the Washington game, but I was like, Josh Johnson's still in the league, 18 years. You have to do something where you're just a nice guy. Because he's not that good.
Real professional.
For an 18th season, he has, I think, less than 3,000 yards passing. That.
How much money do you think he's made? That's $1
million a year. I mean, $18 million, more.
Is he investing? I want to know what he's doing. How are we doing, Josh? Is he? I think he has that commercial I've seen him now with where he's like doing more confidence today in the Jags to beat Denver in Denver, or the Ravens to beat the Patriots at home. So kind of like your two top AFC teams. They got some little tricky games here. The rest of the morning games suck. They're not very good today. So
we got the Panthers versus the Bucks. Casey's Panthers.
Yeah.
First place.
Jags or Ravens? Who do you believe in more today?
I believe in the Jags. I called something else off air, but I believe in the Jags a little more than.
Oh, to go into Denver. All right.
Lawrence has actually looked like an adequate quarterback for the last 6 weeks.
All right. Even Ravens.
And I don't believe in Bo Nix. I still don't. I know he played well against the Eagles, but just I don't know.
Don't believe in Bo. All right. Case Jags.
You can't have 5 letters in your name and have me believe in you in your whole name.
I mean, I know Terrell was trying to give Trevor Lawrence, and he's top 10. I just don't see it, man. He's just due for dumb stuff. I mean, I know.
Not true.
I know he had. I mean, he's played well, but the game he had 4 interceptions, so it's like he's due for those Jared Goff games. He's like they're like almost very similar in that thing where they do dumb stuff during big games, and I just don't trust it. So I go with Lamar, I guess. And to let you know, side note, you guys are lucky. The Niners, guess who they're? Seattle. They're gonna have to go against the Panthers. So the Panthers are a weird team. They beat the best and they lose to the worst. So I think Seattle could be in trouble next week. So.
I mean, the Panthers will be the Niners' best friend if they beat Seattle and LA in the same year.
And they almost beat the Niners because Purdy had 3 interceptions too. So they play the NFC West really well for some reason.
Casey, you know who's not in trouble this week? The Texans. They're not in trouble. They play the Raiders. That's just not it. Oh, man. Geno Smith against that defense. What do you think? They gave up 10 sacks to the Cleveland Browns.
Josh Allen got sacked 10 times by the Texans.
I'm just saying, is there a chance that they how many sacks for the Texans? 12. My
12.
God. I'm going to go. They do a little better. There's going to be some quick screens. So we're going to go get out. There might be more interceptions as a result, but I'm going to get 7 sacks.
They're the worst team in football.
Yeah, the Titans look better than the Raiders.
No,
they're actually moving the ball. They got a young quarterback. They're not good either by any means, but they at least had some life with their offensive line against the Niners.
I was listening to Pat McAfee, the show, and they had like a 5-minute thing on the Raiders. So of course I'm like, no one ever talks about the Raiders nationally. I was like, I kind of want to hear what they have to say. They know ball, and they're like, well, they need 4 new offensive linemen. They probably should fire coaches. They need a franchise quarterback. They need some defenders. They got Max Crosby, and I'm like, and then I forget he used to play for the Patriots. Butler's like, but you're saying they're close, but they need like 5.
They're not close. They are not close.
You didn't even mention a quarterback.
They don't have a receiver. They don't have anybody. They are not close.
Damn you,
at all.
Jaguars. What the hell is your problem? You leave us and play unreal for the Jaguars. Make Trevor Lawrence really good. So.
Even if we traded for Joe Burrow, I'd still say we're not. That's how he would give us a chance, but even him, I'd be like, we don't.
If you want Joe Burrow to retire,
yeah, we want him dead by the end of the week. That's what we're gonna do with this. All right, so that's our NFL stuff for this week. One thing I really like is Grace has got into the Sunday night song, so we do look forward to the Sunday night song.
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie's doing a good job. She keeps it that. So she hasn't watched the game, but she'll at least watch the intro. So we're on to that step.
That's how it starts.
Hey, that's all that matters. She allows you to turn the game on and change it from Bluey or whatever the heck.
Bluey, yeah. She does love her Bluey. Let's Blue up. We have somebody. Our neighbor has a Bluey blow up for Christmas, so we got to drive by it every time. You can see it. All right, just a quick little MLB stuff. I had me and Tyler did the show 7th inning. Tyler, was fun having you. MLB offseason is kind of fun. I feel like I got that format pretty dialed in now. So it's like, hopefully you enjoy coming on with us, do a little baseball.
No, I love it.
And Logan's funny to talk with. He sees the game from a total different perspective than me and you. Not in a bad way. He just kind of analyzes it differently. And he really goes in he really likes the behind the scenes stuff. So it's kind of good to get his perspective on that stuff. So we had a good show this week with that. Padres, they re-signed Michael King. I thought for sure he would not re-sign with them. Brandon Lowe to the Pirates. That surprised me a little bit. All right, Tyler, you had a couple of who you got that I thought were interesting. I added one to it. Casey, would you rather have Biggio or Kent?
Kent.
I would rather have Biggio. Tyler?
I think I'd rather have Biggio. I mean, Kent was great.
Because the pine tar?
Can't wash his car, though.
He knew how to take a bean. He has the most bean batters in MLB history. You got to love the guy who's willing to take one for the team.
What a pad he had. What a pad. Him and Barry had the best ones. Andrew Jones or Jim Edmonds?
Andrew Jones.
Tyler?
I'll take Andrew Jones.
I think I go Edmonds. I like Jones, but I don't know. I always thought he just was a little flawed in some areas. And so the Hall of Fame thing for me, he's an unbelievable defender, though. So I will not ever hate on that. There are some things where
he's pretty good in the World Series. So.
Yeah, that first year was pretty good. This was kind of a hard one for me. Ichiro or Vladimir Guerrero Sr.? That was a tough one for me. Yeah, I mean, Ichiro was just such a pain. I mean,
that wasn't the words you wanted to use.
No, it was not. But
listen to this Tim Kirchin real quick. He said Tony Gwynn and Wade Boggs were better than Ichiro. Do you agree?
I don't know. No, I would take Ichiro over them. I'd take Ichiro over Wade Boggs. We didn't see Ichiro really even in his first 6 years of his prime.
For their 5 years of greatness.
Yeah,
Boggs, Gwynn, Ichiro.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw Ichiro, there was we saw him at his prime at that point, and so we kind of saw
we saw the chubby Tony Gwynn and the old Wade Boggs.
Yeah, Gwynn's numbers to me are better than any of those three guys. Are just the way he had
better than each.
Well, his averages were just insane.
396.
They were he was just at high 300s, consistently at high. But we didn't see him with speed. Ichiro. And Gwynn was a good defender too, so I'll give Gwynn the respect for that. I think I would honestly go Vladimir though. I don't know what it is about him. He's kind of I think if I had to choose between the two, I think I probably actually would end up with Vladdy on this list.
The only good Angels signing free agent.
MVP Vladdy, yeah, he was good. I came up with one T. I had Cole Hamels or K-Rod, Felix Hernandez.
Felix.
The closer?
No.
Felix. Felix
Hernandez. Yeah, not Felix.
Yeah, I'd go King Felix.
I'm going to post this week. I have the comparisons on it. Very surprising. Look at these two numbers comparison-wise, career-wise. Hamels kind of has a little bit of an edge. Not saying that I would take him over that, but I thought that was an interesting one. And then what was the other one you had? It was a football random one. It was
Curtis Martin or Edrin Martin. Or Edrin James.
Don't confuse me. I think I would go.
How do you say his name, Darren?
Edrin James.
Curtis Martin.
Yeah. Curtis Martin. Cum laude award.
Right between the tackles.
I think I would have to lean towards Edge on this one, just a little bit. I was a big Curtis Martin guy, but I think he still had a little ending there with the Cardinals where he held on just like Martin did with the Jets.
Played in that Super Bowl.
He did. He was a solid player there. So that's where I would go. Casey, go Martin or Edge?
That's tough, man. I go Curtis Martin.
See Mart getting
I just feel like played with Vinny Testicles and Peyton Manning's two different. That's where if it's all in a vacuum, I'll take Edrin James as an individual player, but I'll take Curtis Martin.
Did have Keyshawn Johnson and Wayne Corbett.
Throw me the damn ball.
Last baseball thing, the Giants did make a big signing with Doogie Howser the other day, so big signing there. you got in there, I think, Tyler. Giants today continue to do nothing in the offseason, so a little MLB stuff there. Hey, I saw this. Which you have to silence 3 mics forever. You can never hear these guys speak again. You got Shannon Sharp, Coward, Nick Wright up top, Perkins, Smith, Whitlock, Buck, Kellerman, Collinsworth. It doesn't have to be in the row or anything like that. But if you had to pick 3 mics, you don't mind muting for the rest of eternity. Is there a mic?
Number 1 would be Collinsworth for sure.
Collinsworth, number 1.
All right, he's out. In case he's getting rid of Christopher.
I'm getting rid of the burnt marshmallow man, Jason Whitlock.
Whitlock's out of there. All right. There we go. Who do you go?
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Kendrick
Tyler,
Perkins.
I think yes, Perkins is on there for me. That would be
I'm going Joe Buck.
Joe, the Hall of Famer, the new Hall of Famer, MLB Hall of Famer. He's out.
I just lose respect to him whenever I watch the Randy Moss when he did the moon to the Green Bay. He goes, that is a despicable act.
Pantomime Moody.
I'm sorry we showed that on the programming. I'm just like, get out of here.
I kind of look at it two ways. Obviously I didn't ask you guys. I would probably go with Cowherd, Sharp, and Perkins. Those would be the three I would probably get. I've just never been a Cowherd guy at all. I would say I used to really love Stephen A, but he's starting to he's starting to kind of go on to a different level. I mean, I always knew what his act was and that, but he's starting to go the other way with it. I don't mind Whitlock. I still listen to his show once in a while, so I don't mind him like that. He kind of has some crazy takes, but I don't mind him at all.
My third guy would be Nick Wright.
Nick Wright. I like Kellerman. I like Kellerman about that stuff.
I like Kellerman. That's about the only one I'd say I like is Kellerman.
Sharp. I liked
him in the beginning. He's gone off the rails.
A lot of these guys are going off the rails a little bit. A lot of them are going. They're trying to change a little bit. Stephen A. running for president.
Too much, man. Like I honestly don't even watch like First Take or any of that stuff.
No.
I just don't. Maybe I'm just like over it. Like I watch like highlights and clips, and every once in a while, if it's like my team will listen, but then it's like say some stupid outlandish stuff, and it's always race baiting, and it's just like I don't know, I just get tired of it when it's just like is this the year of the white quarterback? And I'm just like
the white quarterback.
Like, what is this? Like,
the whole NFL history is the year of the white quarterback.
You know what?
We got Darnold. We got Josh Allen. It's like
I didn't want to get into it, but I saw this video. It was Newton and who was
Jameel Hill?
Yeah, what she
said. Kill me. See, dude, no silence.
I think you're the only black quarterback on television. Can we keep it funky? I don't get no Brady deal. I don't go get no Romo deal. I'm sorry, Newton. Like it's like I don't know. Like I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just don't.
Wait, say it.
Hill would go number one for sure if that was Jamel Hill.
Wait, what? I didn't hear. What was that, Darren?
You know, you're in a rare space in the sense like they're not, and I'm thinking off the top of my head right now. So if this is wrong, I think you're the only black quarterback that's on television on a major network. Like I'm, and I don't know if you've thought about that because one thing.
Oh man, that's it. Like I feel
it Rodney Pete on TV? Was it?
Is it Ryan Fitzpatrick? He kind of acted.
Michael Vick was on there, right? Michael Vick on Fox for a long time. Not a long time, but Michael Vick was on there.
We get Michael Strahan's on there.
Is RG3 on TV?
Yeah, he's not allowed on TV.
He's not allowed anymore.
Did he get kicked off?
He made poor decisions off the field.
He married a white woman.
That wasn't what. Oh, we're going down a road. We're going down a road. All right. Anyways, I'm not saying anything black. It's just kind of like that kind of stuff to me that's where like Whitlock loses.
Just talk about that on the field. Just on the field. Keep it on the field.
Some of these outkick guys, I can't deal with them with that stuff too. They look at the other ways. It kind of gets crazy, but Hill's definitely not one of our.
Even the CJ Stroud, they're like, "Oh, how do you feel about them crossing out? You saying the Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior?" And it's just like, what are we doing? And like,
we had 3 viewers. Jamel Hill got us to 1. Thank you, Jim. No, just kidding. And Miss Hill got us there. All right. Real quick, Tyler, before you get the winners and losers, Christmas traditions. What's your biggest one that you think of now, kid? Whatever. What's your thoughts around? We got Christmas coming up. What's a big one for you?
My biggest one was we'd have crab every Christmas Eve. Now we started a new one on Christmas Eve. We're going to my sister's house and having ham, which is kind of a downgrade.
You don't sound.
I didn't say that out loud, Dad.
You should suggest Red Lobster. Suggest Red Lobster. New
Hey,
tradition.
shooter. How about the Red Lobster?
New tradition here. We're going to Red Lobster, Mom and Dad. That's where we're headed with it. We're heading to Red Lobster. All right, Case. What's something you think about?
Ooh, I always think about the ham and egg cheese, the eggs, and then cinnamon rolls. Those are like the two that come to mind for the breakfast. And then, of course, you gotta have a fruit salad in there. So.
A fruit salad in there, yes, we do. I'm a big Santa Claus movie guy. You guys know that. So Christmas Eve, watching Santa Claus. Tim Allen, shout out Greg McGurk for hating it, but that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorites there with it. So that's always a tradition I like watching that movie on Christmas Eve. So that'd be kind of my one. I got Christmas coming up this Thursday.
Do you partake in the 24 hours of the Christmas Story at all?
Yes, I used to love doing that all the time. Hannah hates that movie, but I like that movie. I don't like. I mean, it's just kind of like a traditional movie. It's on TBS TNT for 48 hours or whatever it is, something crazy like that. So just watch it back between scene and scene.
Are you guys eggnog?
No eggnog. Let's kill that thought process.
Do you like eggnog?
No, maybe when they used to have brandy in it.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe if it's like 99% whiskey and 1% eggnog.
Winner and loser of the week here. Winners and losers of the week. Let me get it up here down low there. All right, Casey, you want to start us out with winner or loser?
I'm gonna go loser. College football playoffs. Just not fun to watch. It was not entertaining. Just Alabama, I guess, was the good game, which really wasn't really that great of a game. So yeah, just college football playoffs in general just wasn't what it used to be. Just I don't know, it wasn't entertaining to me.
As Tyler and you guys are talking about this, I have a lot of videos, so I'm just gonna get them up on the screen and you guys can react to them as you're giving your thoughts on them too. Casey, completely agree with that one as well. Tyler, this one.
Pass interference, 1st and 10 on KC.
I mean, my gosh, pass interference. Somebody joking though. I mean, that was a loser of the week. Come on, what kind of flop was that? That was terrible. SGA. That was a terrible.
I disagree. If you watch that back, he gives him a full push in the back.
So your head needs to go back like you got shot from punching.
If you're about to jump and you get pushed in the back, you're gonna. I mean, no, it's obviously he sells it.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a clear foul.
I'm talking about the sell job.
We're overselling now the sell job now. He gets fouled. It's a foul. It's a clear push in the back.
Oh my god! I just love where he's like, "Oh my god, my head! But it's not my back anymore. The back of my neck got hit." I get what you're saying too, but the overacting of it to me is
definitely overacting.
that's more my issue with that kind of stuff. With that, you got one, T.
Yeah, my loser is I had college football, like you mentioned. I had the overreaction to the Puka Aiden Ross screen. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know. Did you know this was an anti-Semitic trade?
No.
Like, I don't understand. Look, he should be fined and suspended a game check and not be able to. It's ridiculous.
I don't. I kind of
not to say it was okay. He should have. He learned. He didn't do it in the game. He found out before. Like,
he ripped on the refs after.
Yeah, I don't know. Over.
Yeah. How about Mayweather here? You sent me this video. Getting his cash out right in front of Jay-Z. Is that what he's doing right there? Buddy Mayweather living up to the height. Just taking it out
of a couple hundred.
That's enough for parking, I think. He's got enough for parking right there. He got enough.
Lakers game, it might not be.
Any other loser T you got this week? Or
yeah. The Giants signing Doogie Howser. The Giants not on Kettle Marte's trade list? What the heck's going on, buddy? Why don't you want to come to San Francisco?
What did Buster do to him? Is that a fan? Not a fan of Buster there with that. I had a loser of the week as well. I think this was, probably loser of the week is me for even watching it, but the boxing in general has gone down. We had a Paul versus Joshua. We made him look like a little man out there. One of the worst boxing displays. I thought we were doing UFC with how much the legs were being grabbed. He looked like me in the fight in the sense of, help me get down to the ground. Just let me grab your leg. I'm not saying the moving around, just the point of I'm going down. And The man slipped more than anything in the world. I give Jake Paul this. He's made his living off what he is. Getting in the ring with these guys is no easy task. He got his jaw broken from it. I'm not saying he doesn't make money. He goes way more beyond I would ever want to do to make a buck in that regard. So I give him credit for getting in the ring with the Olympic champion and the ex-heavyweight champion. I don't know how much credit Joshua. It's kind of a weird fight for him to take, but just the whole spectacle. It was not a good boxing match by any means. Paul looked like a true amateur in this match. That's kind of would be my takeaway from it. So kind of just another embarrassing thing for the sport of boxing. Especially when you have your
my biggest takeaway is the critics ripped on Jake Paul for doing exactly what Jake Paul or what Anthony Joshua did to Jake Paul. He fought a lighter guy who's more inexperienced and kicked his ass, and they were like, "Oh, this is great! This is awesome! Come on, hold your champions to higher standards." My God, take a fight against Jake Paul. That's worse than Jake Paul fighting Nate Robinson. Yeah, I mean,
Jake Paul, Nate Robinson. I forgot about that. Did he fight Frank Gore too, or is that a different guy?
Nah, he fought on a card.
All right, maybe Frank. I'm thinking something else with that. So, anyways, that was insane. Case the Crawford retires, one of the greatest champions they have, but the Jake Paul news is the bigger. So that shows you where you're at with it. Can I throw out a Reese Davis for loser of the week, saying that he went on and said he regrets voting for Diego Pavia after watching his actions following his Heisman ceremony. I'm glad he didn't win. Come on, Reese. Take your vote away. You don't vote. Your vote is now stripped for that. Just a loser take on that side of it for me. Texas A&M's offense was just ridiculous as well. And then a loser of the week is Draymond Green for his top 5 athletes in the Bay Area. Curry, Montana, Rice, no issue, but having Mullen and Marshawn Lynch over Ricky Henderson and Barry Bonds is very questionable. Very questionable.
Who was his fourth?
He had Chris Mullen and Marshawn Lynch at 4-5. So not unbelievable Bay Area athletes, but they're not Bonds or Ricky. So he's forgetting about a sport there that's he doesn't even have a
Willie Mays
there. So that's a Jeff Kent. Yeah. But, come on, we have Jeff Kent.
Ready to fall it off ladders.
So that's a loser of the week thing for me as well. All right, Kate's winner of the week here.
Gonna go give a shout out to my boy Chavi. My little nephew played pretty good the other day. I was very impressed with the spin move, which I was like, man, I didn't know he had that as an arsenal. Got a little feisty out there, got a little bloody thumb, so I was happy to see that. The one thing, if he's listening, stop looking at your mother. Start playing some basketball.
No comment. Let's stay smart. Stay smart. I told Tyler a story before I got on, so about alarm clocks. So that was another part we got. You can't show up for 30 minutes.
I know, I told I got there.
Could you imagine Pam doing that?
No.
Let's get it on. We're not gonna get into this.
I got there hella early, right? Like no one thought I'd be there, and I'm there at 8:05 when the game starts. 8:15, not a big deal, not a hip hooray. And I'm walking, I'm man, am I at the right game? Damn, maybe they said 9:15. I'm sit down. No, Chavi. I'm and this is how the Warriors fan when Steph Curry doesn't play. I was I showed up for no reason. I was
there were some other good kids there that helped Windsor community. You need to be behind. You're rooting for them.
It's I gotta watch Steve Kerr, my brother. No offense.
So Xavier, winner of the week, alarm clock loser of the week. For that too, Tyler, who do you got for winner of the week?
I have the Spurs' future backcourt with Stephen Castle and Dylan Harper. I think it's going to be very special. You got 2 6'5" guys that can score and are unselfish. I think that's almost as scary as the Wembanyama one. But you put those 3 together, watch out. 2 years, this is going to get real interesting in the NBA between them and Oklahoma City. And then Macklin celebrating. The starts are not as hot as they were, but some of the plays he makes. He had an unreal turnaround goal. And then he had a great assist last night where he kind of made the same move, threw it into the crease and just right on the stick of Eklund, I believe. Somebody.
They lost last night.
Yeah, they lost. I think they've lost the last 2 games or 2 or 3. But Macklin celebrating continues to amaze.
I saw he
and then Jokic, you mentioned him briefly.
Yeah.
Most assists by an NBA center in the history of the league. And he's only 30 or 29. My God.
No, that'd be he would make the Warriors a little better. We had
Oh.
something like, yeah. He would make him a little
Think
better.
the whole thing.
Best
Best team in the NBA.
We make Celebrini passed Gretzky for the most points by a teenager before Christmas. He's 2 points behind Crosby, but he got one last night, I think. So he tied. So we'll see where he finishes that. So like I continue to say, probably the next Bay Area star. It's not even close. This guy, not a big hockey thing with people around here, but I think hockey now with the Warriors being so bad might get a little run. Sharks have a chance at the playoffs, so we'll see what happens there. It's kind of a weird winner of the week for me, but like I'm just impressed that Jamal Crawford is on the NBA Hall of Fame ballot. Like if like somebody like I know he's a 3-time sixth man of the year. Am I wrong in saying if he makes the Hall of Fame, something's wrong? Is that too much to say, or is he a true Hall of Famer, Jamal Crawford? I mean, the man could not guard a chair. That's fair to say, right? Like, you know what I mean? So it's just odd for me that he's on the list, but I don't know. That was just a weird.
I mean, Marcelotis, whatever.
It got it.
It's Marcelotis is in the Hall of Fame. I don't know. That'd be a Hall of Fame.
Nancy Lieberman taking a shot at Jeff Teague based on Caitlin Clark. You get winner of the week here.
I don't agree with Jeff Teague, who I read something today said that, Caitlin Clark, well, she's just a good player. She's not a great player. Jeff.
He said that? She good, but she not that good.
I love you. You weren't a great player. Okay? You were serviceable. I know you made the All-Star team one time.
Whoa.
It just left. You were great. Like, yeah, that was in perspective. Yeah, I would agree with her. Jeff Teague was not a great player. So I just like how she's just like, you're not a great player. So Jeff Teague, a little humble pie there.
I think you cut off the best part was Michael Beasley's reaction. Whoa. I'm not trying to get all this smoke.
I just like that.
That's right.
That was awesome.
Hello?
Yeah, that's how funny you froze. No, you there. Right there.
That was so funny. Anyways, that was funny. That stuff there. Anyways, winner of the week, Nancy Lieberman for taking a good shot at Jeff Teague there. A good one along the way. All right, so I got a couple. Anything else, winner or loser? You guys want to add there with it? Are we good?
Okay.
All right. Hey, name an athlete who is usually only remembered for a single iconic moment. Can you think of somebody right away?
Weber.
Joe Carter.
Huh?
Joe
Carter? That's a good one right off the bat.
Chris
there.
Webber.
Who is that? I can't even think of his name. It's not a good thing, but I was thinking of the guy from Miracle. Rosie. How do you say his last name? Rosaroni. That guy I always say was known for that. Casey, here's a few flashback videos I wanted to just get up for this week. Here's Ted Williams being interviewed by some random guy. It looks like from the 90s. This is Grandpa record. This is a Grandpa stuff right now.
By any chance, did you ever accidentally fart in the catcher's face?
Pardon?
By any chance, did you ever accidentally fart in the catcher's face?
Who the hell are you? For
John.
God's sake, that kind of damn question.
I don't know why. Who are you with that? That's a legit question. Come on, man. I thought Ted was a little legit. So I thought that was kind of fun. I just thought that was a random one. I haven't seen in a long
That's
time.
ridiculous.
Where you just ask him some stupid question. But my flashback video of the week will be a Bay Area thing here. If I can get it up here, just give me a second. Monte Ellis will be my flashback video of the week here. Case, so they'll be there. Did you watch any of the college basketball yesterday by chance?
No, but I saw Duke lost.
Duke did go down yesterday, so that was a little bit surprising.
At least Texas A&M could be happy about one thing.
That was Texas Tech, I think.
They're Texas Tech.
Yeah, no, they definitely. Let me get this was back with the Barron days. Warriors are down by 1 against the Jason Kidd Nets at the Great Oracle Arena.
5 seconds to go. Warriors won't call time. Monte for the win. Yes! Warriors have won at the buzzer by Monte Ellis.
I will always remember Jason Richardson in that cast there celebrating, put the hand up in the air. That's a big one. That was the year the We Believe run they made there with it that year. I'm just gonna say that crowd seems a little different than your Chase Center crowd. Whether I'm just gonna keep harping on that, it's just a natural sound system that came to that building a little bit more than our Chase Center would get nowadays with it. So always appreciate Oracle, that flashback video of the week. One of my favorite ones that I've saved. I think I had that one saved for over 2 years. So I got that one saved with it. So good show this week, guys. And then we dove into a lot of things. Tyler, you'll be maybe with us next week, and then you're all over to the happiest place on earth, right? For a little time there.
For the 4th, I will not be here. Yes.
All right. So Tyler will be on vacation. So all your McGurk fans, you better get him in next week. Get him in next week before the year ends with it. So, all right, guys, have a good week with it. Brian.